Hey, what is up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on this beautiful Tennessee afternoon. I just got out of the DMV. It was rough, man. I need to do a little fishing, and I had something planned for this week. We're gonna do a winter multi-species challenge. So I'm gonna take probably about 3 days, 4 different locations, and we're gonna see how many different species we can catch out here in this February weather. It's absolutely beautiful, by the way. It's about 50 degrees. Anyhow, guys, I'm gonna get started. We're starting out at our one of my favorite places to fish, this beautiful creek, and it has quite a diverse plethora of fish. So without further ado, I'm gonna get started. This is one of those places you can either wear them out catching beautiful fish, get your PB on, that sort of deal, back-to-back cast, or catch absolutely nothing at all for hours. There we go. First fish. First one on. That's something. Definitely a bass. All right, everybody. First fish. It's not huge, but it's something on our little multi-species challenge. Beautiful largemouth bass. Final specimen right there. We're gonna let her go and keep going at it, guys. Thanks, buddy. It is pretty cold, so I'm really glad we knocked that one out. I got a spot I want to go for some largemouth, but happy with that. So this creek is pretty diverse when it comes to the fish it holds. Anything from striper to buffalo. I have featured it on the channel before. Right now we're working with pretty fast current and pretty high water. The last couple of weeks we've had a ton of rain, rendered this creek almost unfishable. It stains up really bad, and the water levels get pretty absurd. I mean, to almost the top of that berm was where it was at last week. It wasn't even worth fishing, so I'm not really sure what the bite's going to be like today, but I am pretty confident we're going to be able to knock a couple species off that list. Starting out with this fluke and the heavier jig head just to cover a bit of water. See what's biting today, what's willing to take our bait. There we go. Skipjack herring. Didn't expect to catch out here. And they're hungry. Really cool fish in our area. They are brackish. They come from the drainage basins of the Gulf of Mexico and work their way all the way up here. Now they are notorious catfish bait. We're not going to be keeping any today. But nice little fish to cross off our list. They go crazy for paddle tails. Just about everything does around here. That's why we're starting out with this. I'm thinking the grub's going to be a little more effective at getting some of those cold bass at a slower fall rate and whatnot. Ton of debris in the water as well, so we're kind of navigating around some of that. There we go. That feels like a nicer fish. Yeah, that's a bass. Oh, come on in. All right. This, my friends, is what I was hoping to catch here. This time of year, they can be kind of hard. Beautiful smallmouth. Pretty small, but good looking fish right there. Check her out, everybody. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that light coloring. I love it, man. Super glad we were able to catch this species here. Another one off the old list. Get her back in. We'll get back at it. All right, thank you, girl. Thanks for being part of this. Appreciate you. All right, so that's 3 species down. We got a beautiful largemouth, beautiful smallmouth, and a skipjack herring on. See if we can pick off a spotted bass too. Get the whole trifecta knocked out right away. There we go. That's a nice one, guys. That's a good, decent fish. What are we working with? Largemouth. Beautiful largemouth, guys. A decent one. Like a 1.5 pounds maybe. This time of year, looks like he's been munching some craws, those red lips. All right, so day 1, smallmouth, skipjack, largemouth. Pretty stoked, knocked out those 3. We're probably gonna make our way back to this pretty little creek later on in the week. Hopefully the water level will be a bit lower and we'll be able to pick off a couple species that I had planned on catching here. But anyhow, y'all, I gotta take off for now. I will see you tomorrow. So we hopped a couple counties over. We're at spot 2. Really the goal today is to catch a spotted bass. So last time I was here, they were quite plentiful. That was during fall. I'm not too familiar with the area winter wise, but we'll see what we can do, guys. What do we have here? Spooky. I don't think we're gonna be eating anything we catch here. Saw that last time. But this is our first spot right here. And we're gonna see if anything's willing to take this bait. This is where I had the most luck last time. That's a good sign right there. Man, that's pretty mucky. So I'm starting to get a bit concerned. We've been here probably just about a half hour, not a bite. I haven't even seen a fish. Gosh, I hate when these eyes are like partially painted over. There we go. So that's not looking good. There is another spot here that we might go try out. Definitely gonna hit it before we leave, but things are not looking too hot in the new spot department over here. Probably gonna put in another half hour or so and then we're gonna make the big jump. So hopefully we can manage to get one on in that time frame. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh. About time. That's a decent fish, man. Come on in. That that is a decent fish. Let's see what we're working with. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, man. Smallmouth. How am I gonna land you, bud? Beautiful, man. Oh, you are a refreshing sight. Look at the head on that thing. Holy cow, man. Get you unhooked. Got you kind of weird. That is a stout little one. It looks like it's got some kind of, I mean, that's a weird mouth on that one, almost like a deformity type deal. Beautiful fish. All right, everybody, just when I was considering leaving, we go on and catch this absolutely gorgeous smallie. I mean, that thing's got to be just shy of 2 pounds. Look at that. Those bug eyes. Looks like it's got something strange going on with it genetically. But a good looking fish. I'm gonna get her back in. We're gonna keep going at it, my friends. Good stuff, man. All right, girl. Thanks for being our first at the new spot. Oh. Holy goodness. Wild one. All right. That's one on the board for today. All right, guys, so we are headed to another spot. Pretty much I got that tough choice of, do I want to go to some waters that I know I can catch fish at, or am I willing to experiment right now? I think we're going to experiment and hit up this dam that's not too far away from us right now. A 5-minute drive or something. I think being up here already, even if we don't catch fish, at least I tried. And there's always tomorrow to go hit another spot. I do have one more right in my backyard where we're gonna try to pick up a few other different types of species. All right, guys, it is officially day 3. It's a bit dreary out, a bit chillier. I'm here off the Cumberland. Start out cracking this tube in my local marina. This is a Guggen Baits tube. I don't know if this is 2.5 or 2.75. I haven't looked at the package right now. I just tied it on real quick. Anyhow, I'm gonna be cracking this, trying to catch that spotted bass. That's the real goal for today, complete that bass trifecta. I really don't want to leave here until I get one on, no matter what the size of it is. I figured this may be my best bet. I also brought some panfish stuff and some white bass stuff, so we'll see what we can do today, try to bump those numbers up. I had originally imagined catching a ton of different species. Didn't really work out that way, so we're gonna see what we can accomplish today. Thanks for joining me, guys. So the water level is a bit high today. I'm all about these little tubes, man, especially for these spotted bass. Haven't cracked a tube in a while. It's more of a summertime thing for me, more of a springtime thing, but considering the weather right now is very spring-like, I think we're gonna be able to do pretty good. We got some fresh rainwater rolling on in, oxygenating up this little spot, so I figured it's the best place to start out. I'm imagining I'm gonna be able to pull these fish off the riprap. In theory, that's how I'd like to catch them. Oh yeah, that, what on earth? Oh man, that is a buffalo. I don't know if we foul hooked him or he ate this, but what on earth is going on? I think we stung him and we got lost on the stick. That makes absolutely no sense. You guys saw that fish jumping like he got caught. Maybe he was hiding out under this cover, eating around it. and we snagged the cover and it kind of spooked him and he started jumping. That could be what's going on right now. I did realize it wasn't really fighting. It felt like I was bringing in a giant branch, and that's exactly what was happening, but I did see that fish jumping. So there is a sign of life. There are buffalo out here. Am I trying to catch one on this setup? Not really. But that would be another species to add. I was kind of shocked we couldn't get a bite on him off my creek, but that's how it goes sometimes. Alright guys, so we're going to keep cracking our tube and throwing our paddle tail, but I do kind of want to try out some smaller baits. So I got this Euro Tackle 2-inch B-Vibe, little paddle tail here, a little gold one that's pretty neat, on a 1/16 ounce Dutter type jig head. We're running 4-pound line on an ultralight. I'm just going to see if there's any brim biting, any crappie right here. I think this would maybe do the trick. I don't really know. My confidence isn't too high in those fish right now, in this area especially. But come summer, come spring, this is the spot to catch them. I figure I might as well give it a try. Oh, there we go. Well, what are you? Look at that. And our first little fish of the day, my friends. I believe, really hard to tell when they're this small, but I think this is a little largemouth. Doesn't have the red eyes, it's white belly, doesn't run up too far. I mean, it's got a dark back with less prominent spots. It does have, it's real hard to tell with this one, so we're not gonna count it. But first fish. That was cool. That was cool. That's one of the smaller ones I've got. Okay. Got something on. Yeah, buddy. Oh, there we go. Are you the one? Good looking fish right there. Bass are digging the B-Vibe. That's another largemouth. There we go, guys. Something's providing that little B-Vibe. Got another little bass on. Little largie. Large and in charge. There's two baits in this world I'm most confident with. It would be the tube and the paddle tail. Absolutely love them both. And I used to be a guy who fished like straight crankbaits and spinner baits. I did that for like 2 years, man, until I really got into the plastics. There we go. Oh my gosh. I think that might have been a line. That felt a little too good to be true there, and it came right off. Oh, good fish. That one feels a little bit better. Maybe not. No, it's hard to tell. A little white. Oh. There we go. There are just a lot of smaller ones out in this area.